Yeah, no, it's it's Jesse. Hey, Bob. You're about to start the live stream. You're on your way? I know it's a nice day, but you got to get here if you're going to make that announcement, because I don't know if I'm going to put you in the middle of the show or at the end. I know you got a lot of fans. Bob Strauss, it's gotten pretty big. It's almost as big as this banana. Jeez, must be happy to talk to you guys. Yeah, Bob, if you get here pretty soon, we're downtown. It's a nice day in the East Village. I'm going to start the show. There's a lot going on. You get here soon and we'll make this work. Okay. All right. We're going to start up now. I don't think the camera's rolling yet. These people are still tuning in. I got to figure out the buttons and stuff. Jillian. Yeah, Bob, you don't help me. It's Jillian that does everything. Jesus. All right. Are we live? Hello. It's Jesse Mallon. This is the fine art of self-distancing. What can I tell you? Baseball is off. You believe that? Concerts are off. The ballet is off. Broadway is closed. The bars are fucking closed. You can't go in them. But you know what? We're here right now in the middle of Lockdown Central, New York City. I got my man Rob Flores. We're gonna play some songs for you. We got some special guests. And what can I tell you? This song is off a record called New York Before the War. It's a song that ended up in a movie called The Clapper by Dito Montiel. And we're gonna start out with that. Your favorite film opened up the year that I was born. I didn't know what to say to you, but I knew we'd get along. Get on. They say it's all about the chase. Get on. Some things you just can't escape. Bye. When all your life goes by. Bye, and bye. I didn't want to let you down, but I think I might have spoke too soon. I never said we could be friends with everybody in the room. Get on. See the lines on my face. Come on. You know the night is getting late. Bye. When all your life goes by. Bye, and bye. Monday, I know the whistle blows. Tuesday, I'm going to a show. Friday, I'm a working stiff. You don't know how I live. We're living hard with the elements, and we're trying to make it last. Your parents worked and they bled a lot. They never really took a chance. Bye. When all your life goes by. Bye, and bye. Bye, and bye. Thinking about you. Thinking about you. You smell like cigarettes and violets. You invite me in but won't tell me your name. Your hands held all the aces, kings and queens, but still you lost the game. Messed up like the sunset, close to be a star. Messed Messed up like an actor that got stuck doing porn. Messed up skipping dinner and living on popcorn. Messed up like a song. Right turn in the wrong lane, a quick fix, but all your love's in vain. Best schools, worst grades, sold out but baby forgot to get paid. Messed up like the father who couldn't see the sun. Messed up like an outlaw who blamed it on the gun. Messed up like an in-law who did what one might. We're messed up here tonight. Captain shoppers on the horn, I'm riding in a restaurant. A stranger taking orders, ask me what I want. Tell the secrets of the whole few tavern of off the rope. It seems messed up like a martyr, straight or on the rocks. Messed up like my mother, crazy like a fox. Messed up like the sunlight, too early in my eyes. Messed up like a prize fight, at least you could have tried. Messed up like the system you used to call a sin. Messed up like an earthquake, you couldn't keep it in. Messed up like a birthday, I can't recall the date, but you still love to hate. Rob Clore is on the piano. So how you guys doing? I'm looking at you guys all over the world. I got some things to tell you about. You know, I wasn't sure if I should keep doing this, and a lot of people are like, you gotta keep going. So we're gonna do it maybe one more week, and then I'll tell you about this new thing. This new thing I'm doing. And we're gonna do a song off Sunset Kids. I wrote it with Holly Ramos out in LA at a place called the Sunset Marquee. We were sitting there in the good old days when the bar was open downstairs and you could order eggs for $100 and everybody had money and everybody was laughing. But these are still good times, and we're keeping the PMA here. This song is called Gray Skies Look So Blue. 2, 3, 4. Saturday night, everybody's dressed up, having fun until you show up with your war stories about how it all sucks that nobody wants to hear. We heard it before and like a pill that's hard to swallow, but I keep it close, like a song that I forgot the words. I'm packing my bags on the jet planes and the highways. Sorry, I just can't stay. But I come back, those gray skies look so blue when I'm far away. You get better or get bitter, yeah, that's just what you did. Your story's getting tired like a bratty little kid. Better stuck and load out in the end of Black Sid. At least you're not alone. Packing your bags on the jet planes and the highways. Sorry, I just can't stay. But I come back, those gray skies look so blue when I'm far away. Alright. Say goodbye on the jet planes and the highways. Sorry, I just can't stay. But I come back, those gray skies look so blue. But I come back, those gray skies look so blue when I'm far away. Yeah, Police. So what can I tell you? It's a sunny day in New York. I'm still hearing sirens, but things have gotten better. People are starting to get a little more a little more hopeful. Since last Saturday, the last show I did, I've been going out at night a little bit. I got the mask and the gloves and the hood and my cane because this guy chased me a couple weeks ago. So now I got to stay at 5 feet of distance. And I don't know, I feel like whatever's going on, I'm sure we're going to be in here. I was like trying to count the days. Is it like 49 days or how many days have I been alone? It's becoming apocalypse now. Never get out of the boat. But I've been walking around just a little bit, and there's just definitely an energy in the air that things are going to change. I always say PMA, and people are like, what does that mean? What's this PMA shit? Is it a bellyache? Is it once a month? I'm like, it's something I got from this band, The Bad Brains, positive mental attitude. And Rob and I know each other before I had a lot of that. I was more of a drinking, playing the fine art and the heat and touring, and we played together for about, I don't know, 16, 17 years. And somewhere in the middle, there was a break. And I guess Rob went on to do some other things, you know. Can you blame him? Yeah. And he went and played with the Black Crowes, but he didn't write a book. And he did some other stuff. He played with Tom Jones. Rob played with Tom Jones. He's in my apartment. This is my house. It's a Saturday. I know it looks a little, you know, lo-fi, but it's the business we call show, the ups and downs, you know. So he played with Tom Jones, and it always stayed in my mind. And in January, we were out in Asbury Park, New Jersey, doing a thing, and we were there a day early, and I was a little negative. I had some NMA, negative Malin attitude. And I was in a bad mood, and me and Rob went over to this bar, the Wonder Bar. Maybe you've been there. You know, some good people go there sometimes, and they have good bands. And we're in there just drinking. We're not watching any kind of pool game or happy hour, or we're not there to talk to anybody, just bullshitting. And I said, Rob, you know, I'm having a rough day, you know. You know me a long time. And you played with Tom Jones. I know when things are going really bad, like, just tell me something. Like, what would Tom Jones do? And Rob's like, I signed a thing, I can't tell you. I'm like, Rob, have another drink. 2 more drinks. He's like, all right, I'll tell you. Tom, if he was having a bad day, he would take his shirt off. Okay, I've done that. He goes, he'd throw it at the crowd. Like, I thought that was Morrissey. It's like, no, Tom did it first, right? And I said, okay, then what happened? He goes, then everybody in the audience would throw their underwear at Tom, non-gender specific, and everything would be okay. So sometimes I listen to Rob when I'm having a negative day. He's the go-to guy. And it's really fun to have someone in the house at a little distance because it's like a play date here. You know, he came in, drove his car, he set up the keyboard, and I said, you know what, we're gonna play this song that's off a record, the most recent record, Sunset Kids. Haven't done this one on the fine art of self-distancing yet. Anyway, this is called When You're Young. 2, 3, 4. Wake up with your sad luck story, oh, somebody got murdered. Wake up from your paths of glory, oh, nobody you heard of. Wake up from your bad dreams and lay them on the table. You're the last of a dying breed, and no stranger to the street. When you're young and you run and you're burning like a star, and it's fun and it's done, and it leaves you with a scar. Wake up, it's another year, and oh, the lock and chain. Wake up and there's nobody near, but oh, the pouring rain. Wake up, don't waste your life on things that don't get better. Will you go through living hell, but you wear it oh so well. When you're young and you run and you're burning like a star, and it's fun and it's done, and it leaves you with a scar. It's just another day you can throw away. Gonna fade away, gonna fade away. Come on, Rob. When you're young and you run and you're burning like a star, and it's fun and it's done, and it leaves you with a scar. When it runs in your blood and you're taking it too far, and it's fun and it's done, and it leaves you with a scar. All right. Rob, it's good to have you here. Rob Cloris on the piano in the house. Yeah, Bob Strauss will be here later. So what can I tell you? Let me see. I'm getting a little hot here. It's getting hot. It's like 70 degrees in New York. I got to show you this shirt. It's my friend's store, The Cast. They actually made this leather jacket. They've sell records. They sell all kinds of stuff. You should look them up online. And this is their shirt. But they made the leather jacket that Billy Joe Armstrong is wearing also on all these shows. So what can I tell you? I'm going to get close and try to see what's going on. What's going on? Send me some love here. Tell me I suck, or tell us something. Let's see. We're going to look at you guys today. Put on the Dwayne Readers, Malin. Ah, the Dreamers. Wow, it's like a B-side. Hey, Rob. Janine Carlotta saying hello. Hey. Yes. Karen from the Wallflowers says hi. We've got Dina Regine. Hang on, Dina. Mark Rules. Uh-oh. No, I don't know who that is. We got some degeneration coming. Yeah, don't worry. All right. I don't always break character and go up to the phone there and do the whole bit, but we're operating this on a telephone. And it's a crazy thing. When they told me, Jesse, you got to do live streams, I was like, I don't want to be some guy moaning into my laptop. You know, I've done that at 3 a.m, but I don't want to do that now. And they said, you got to do this. My manager said, you have to do it. So I figured we'd make it into a show. And who knew, 5-6 weeks later, I'd be standing here. And it's funny because in the music business, or as Rob said, this business we call show, you know, it's a funny thing because they made it so we can't make money on records. I mean, what business, if you're a painter, who'll give your shit away free, you're a photographer, yeah, just give us your negatives, you know, like you make suits, hey, I give out free suits on the internet. Well, that happened to us with records, and we worked so hard on the albums, and recently we won an Independent Music Award, actually 3 for Sunset Kids. So, and I know some of you guys voted and some of the judges, but thank you. It was Best Single Americana, because you know I'm rootsy, and it was Room 13, and we won Strangers and Thieves, Indie Rock, because you know I'm indie. And Lucinda Williams and Tom Overby won for Best Producers, and so that was wild. But you know, it's a business where these records are great. I know you guys buy them on vinyl, but they would tell us, well, you have the live shows, you know, now you have the live shows and you have merch. Well, we don't have the live shows anymore, so I'm trapped in the house. If you guys want to donate, you can. There's a button, there's a PayPal, Jillian can direct you. And if not, you can watch for free, or you could donate a lot to make up for the people who are just, you know, wanking on me. I'm a cam girl now. Hey, look at me. I can't see you, but I can feel you. What are we going to play? All right, we're going to put this guitar on. Speaking of changing things up. On a lot of these shows, I take requests. They come up on the Instagram. You know, I got into music for anti-social reasons, but I am on social media. And what's that record over there? Cool for Cats? I don't think it's on this album. This is like this wild song I did the other day on the covers program, and I kind of messed it up. And the request came from my producer and #1 operator, the lady that takes care of it all. So this goes out to Jillian Stoll. Take 2, Up the Junction. Ready, Rob? 2, 3, 4. I never thought it would happen with me and the girl from Clapham on the windy common. That night I ain't forgotten when she put out the rations, the uncertain passions. Said you are a lady, perhaps she said maybe. We moved into the basement with thoughts of our engagement. Late nights by the telly, although the room was smelly. We spent our time just kissing, the railway arms were missing. Love that got us hooked up, all the time it took up. I got a job with Stanley, he said I'd come in handy. Started me on Monday, had a bath on Sunday. I worked 11 hours, bought the girl some flowers. Said she seen a doctor, nothing now could stop her. I walked into the winter, weather bright and bitter. I put away a tenner, it's sweet to make her better. And when the time was ready, we had the silver telly, the late nights by the fire, the little kicks inside her. Just morning at 4:50, I took a rather nifty into an incubator. 30 minutes later, she gave birth to a daughter in a hero walker. She looked just like her mother, if that could be another. And now she's 10 years older, her mother's with a soldier. She left me when my drinking became a proper stinging. The devil came and took me from Bottle Street to Bookie. The late nights by the telly, all nappies that are smelly. Alone here in the kitchen, I feel there's something missing. I beg for some forgiveness, but begging's not my business. And she won't write a letter, so I always tell her, I guess it's my assumption, I'm really up a junction. Close, Rob. 6 feet. Enjoy your own distance.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that was a fun one. We didn't fuck it up too bad. That's like a song that has no chorus. It's just like one long, crazy verse with a bridge. And I think what happened when that song came out, I read in some book, you know, before I used to read books and not Google. You should Google yourself at night if you're feeling like a little tense, you know. First few times I started to Google myself and I went to bed, you find out all kinds of things. But yeah, I think that song, they gave it to the record company and they said, this sucks. There's no chorus. Then it became like a top 10 song or top 20 song in the UK. So you never know. I always think of it like a Bob Dylan kind of song, which just like keeps going in the story. But he always has those choruses. And I was thinking about that song. I mentioned it, Murder Most Foul, how great that was when it came out, the JFK song and all the shout outs, and just historically it was so perfect. Like at the beginning of this pandemic, it came out, well, virtually it came out. I don't have the product, and it was great. Then I heard the next song, the next single, and he had some other lines in there, all the young dudes and everything. It was pretty wild. And we're gonna do a little show and tell here, as I promised. Hello, production. 1 second. If you're home, you got a big screen TV like I do, I recommend this movie if you've never seen it. I think it's been voted best movie of the 80s, probably came out in 1980. It's kind of like the London Calling of cinema. Martin Scorsese, Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci, when he was excellent, and Kathy Moriarty. It's a black and white, beautifully shot, Raging Bull, motherfuckers. Yeah. Can you see it? Can you dig it? Cyrus is coming. Woo! All right. Starting to feel like this is like, some days I wake up and I really think, is this really happening? I kind of forget for a couple minutes. And I think, really, if you would have told me 6 months ago, every single bar that I invested in, got involved in since I was a kid, is closed. I can't tour. I can't go to Drew's house and if I'm desperate and play a house concert. I can't even do anything. I can't even see anybody. And just going there, I don't even elbow bump, It would be like some tripped out sci-fi, but it's real. And you know what? We're getting through it. So I was listening to this, Where's Captain Kirk? by Spiz Energy. It's an English band, and beam me up, Scotty. It feels like it's fake. This is a fun single to play. Where's Captain Kirk? Woo, woo. Boom, throw it, break it. All right. I have a friend in New York. She's an amazing musician and a great photographer. She's shot a lot of my stuff, especially the cover of the Greatest Bits bootleg, and a lot of stuff over the years. She's like so generous. She shoots all the artists in town, but she goes back. She's got this rock and roll history and this rock and roll heart, and she makes great records. They've been Coolest Song on Little Stevens. A pal of mine, I'm really happy to just know this lady, Dina Regine, has this really cool book, and it's called Musicians. It's real tiny, so I'm going to come up here. She gave it to me. Woo! Give me the book. And if you can find this, you're very lucky, because she was there with all these great photos. Oh, yes, Kiss. Yeah, let's see. There's some Keith, some Mick. As before, they were singing special songs like Ghost Town and stuff. This is Dina Regine's photo book. Find it, get it. I got one more before we go to the break. This came out in the 50s, and Playboy was not just some cheesy magazine you saw at some crazy hair salon. It actually did some crazy publishing. This is Lenny Bruce's first book, How to Talk Dirty and Influence People, published by Hugh Hefner and Playboy. Is that politically correct? That's the truth. It's a fucking great book. And Lenny's one of my favorite people, one of my heroes. Died way too young at 40. And this is his childhood. And if you're sitting at home, it's got big print. You can order it on eBay. And we're going to tell you some more in a minute. Speaking about those generations, I was living on the Upper East Side with my sister around 2008, the last time everything fell apart economically and emotionally then. And I was walking around, and one day I saw Yoko Ono by Central Park. I used to go up there, and I saw her walking, and I went back home, and I started strumming my guitar, and sometimes I just free form, and I started singing these lyrics, like, standing on the corner, watching Yoko Ono or something. I don't know what I was saying. And so, like I said in this interview recently, it's like a Rorschach test. I try to figure out, well, what am I wanting to write about here? What's this? I happened to see Yoko Ono on the corner at Upper East Side. But this song is about people that have such values and beliefs in changing the world and making it a better place. And time goes on and the world gets more intense, but I think the message is always out there. And I always thought about some of my anarchist punk rock friends that became straights and dads in the mainstream. And I think about how Yoko and John put up a billboard in Times Square that said, "War is over." And she still stays real and radical. So this one goes out to everybody that still believes. I'm going to play this one alone, Mr. C. This is off Glitter in the Gutter. Oh, the city was changing. The cigarette hit the spot. Oh, a simple distraction from to have and have not. And the radio went silent, and all our heroes had died. Now you can buy revolution in any color or size. Standing on the corner, watching people walk on, thinking about a photograph. How so many people choose a lesser evil, living in the aftermath. Well, she never got famous. She was a star in my life, until we drifted like runoff, two ships in the night. Standing on the corner, watching people walk on, thinking about a photograph. How so many people choose a lesser evil, living in the aftermath. Down a long, hard road, such a long, hard road, to hold on and move on. And I hope she's happy, and I hope she's free. Somehow we choose our own destiny. From the eve of destruction to the valley of tears, before it all went to voicemail and we rang in the year. In the midnight martyrs, well, they still hang on the cross. Well, you can die in the gutter, baby, and learn to live with the loss. Well, I've been standing on the corner, watching people walk on, thinking about a photograph. How so many people choose a lesser evil, living in the aftermath. Well, I've been standing on the corner, everybody's talking. Remember when we used to laugh? How so many people choose a lesser evil, never giving peace a chance. Down a long, hard road, such a long, hard road, to hold on and move on, boys. So hold on and hold on till it's gone. You all right, Rob?
Yeah,
Is that mask getting a little hot?
it's very nice. Yes, it is.
He said it was nice. All right, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? All right, my friend Deborah DeSalvo, who was in a band called the False Prophets back in the day, and now she plays blues rock and hard rock, and is a songwriter out of Jersey City. But we used to share a studio together on Avenue B in the '80s. You know, I'm a little older than you think, and or maybe you know. And now it's called Dream Baby the Bar, but we used to share it with her band False Prophets and my band Heart Attack. And then I bumped into her again, and she had a book out, and it was just really great to see that she'd been doing so well and kept playing. And she was always great, but she's like really sick, so look her up on the thing. But this is her book. She went down south, she did all the interviews with blues guys, and it's a total cool history. You have the language of the blues from A to Z. Yeah, check that one out. You can get it on Amazon and all the things. The things. Well, what are we going to play, Rob? I got kind of a set list. Last week we did songs off The Fine Art of Self-Destruction, And I want to thank you guys for donating to support the bar people and my musicians and helping me out. Everything's been great. Like I said, it's a little confusing, but there's a PayPal if you wanna help out, you wanna donate, if you just wanna watch, like they say in that movie Being There, I like to watch. You can just watch. Some people like to just watch. And maybe that's gonna be the thing of the future. I mean, well, the Bad Brains had a song called Pay to Come, and then they became very spiritual, but maybe people are just gonna be watching, like, I don't know. No glove, no love was like a thing for the condom, but who knows, man? I don't know what people are gonna say to each other, hey. And right now, we're in the house. And Bob Strauss is gonna be in the house coming really soon. I got the call. He's got an announcement, and I kind of think I know what he's gonna say. And, I have some announcements to make too, but as soon as I tune that G string into my position here, we'll be all right. I don't like an out-of-tune guitar, even though I grew up in the art rock scene. But, yeah. What do you got to say, Rob? Is that bandana getting sweaty? You got to stay healthy, man.
I know, man.
My mask was starting to slip off recently,
6 feet.
and somebody yelled at me, and they said, that was 4 feet and your mask is drooping. I don't know. I was trying to get Mark Lewis over here to change these strings, and he said he'd come over, but he was busy at home flossing with an E string. Anyway, this song is off The Fine Art of Self-Destruction, and I wrote this kind of about the cycle from being on a music scene for many years, how there's cool kids and then they move on, and there's always like the coolest girl on the scene, sometimes at school or wherever, sometimes on St. Mark's Place, not anymore, and then, you go through all these changes. Some people get all fucked up and they have to go move back to their family or get straight or die or hopefully not. And there's always another thing happening. And there's always people that are trying to find a place where they can be themselves. And I write about that a lot, where you could be, just accepted and not have to be like, fuck you, you freak. Well, now I'm just hiding in the house. Anyway, this is called Queen of the Underworld. 2, 3, 4. You say you want a revolution, something you can touch, like an angel contradiction, with alcohol and lust, in all the things you have are broken. You can go back if they move. From dysfunction to dysfunction. I'm singing just for you. Out on the street you'll hear their laughter. And pretty green has turned to blue. Everything you heard I've gotten. Persecution's nothing new. Queen of the underworld, took her all, baby, to and fro. Meanwhile, another girl's queen of the underworld. I never got an invitation, never heard too much. I'm gonna make a reservation, but I'm salination, or in a town called Ransom Speed. Out on the highway of perfection, we only wanted to be free. Queen of underworld took a ride on the tilt-a-whirl. Meanwhile, another girl's queen of underworld, queen of underworld. Yeah, we're doing a show. That's right. You know, it's funny. I was thinking about my buddy Johnny Stiff, and I know a lot of you guys bought shirts to support him, and he's doing a lot better. You know, it's like there are people that are getting better and getting back on. He's got his van started up, moving artists and doing things, and there's something really great about this music community. I always said, like, we go all over the world, and you know, we get free drinks and get to play. And touring made me see how small this planet is and how connected we are. And I always say that, you know, we're all live right now. And the funny thing with this is that, as wild as it is, we're all going through this. I got people in Belfast and people in South Africa and people in New Jersey. And Rob went through the Holland Tunnel in seconds. And I've been going on other people's shows. I've been, you know, I went on Joe Sid's show the other day, and from Side One Dummy, he put out the record, you know, that was 10 years anniversary. Love It to Life. One of my best friends, he does stand-up now. It's like punk rock to stand-up. It's just fronting, you know, what you believe. And I went on his show, and I had Brian Fallon up on my show. I do this interview show on Wednesdays. This week I have Jimmy Gestapo, Jimmy G, as they say, politically correct, from Murphy's Law. It's on Wednesday. It's called Meet Me at the End of the World, and it's on We Are Here, this channel that also does part stuff with this, and goes to Music Cares. And I had Brian Fallon on. We're sitting there, and I just didn't know what day it was, or what, you know, for a minute, and what year, and everything was strange. I said, holy shit, we're supposed to be in Europe right now playing a show. Like, we were supposed to be in the middle of this crazy 4-week tour. And, you know, at least we're here. We're live and healthy and getting ready. We rescheduled that tour for the new year. And I always love going overseas, too, because not only I like to play, but I like to have some drinks with you guys and see everybody. I like to come out at merch and connect. And if you want, we're selling T-shirts at this home concert in my house. What are we going to play? All right, I got one. I got to make sure I'm attuned for this. What do you got, Ballad? What do you got? Ow, ow, ow. This one goes out by request. I don't usually break character, but a good buddy of mine, English Nick, I know him about 30 years now. Ow! I don't know if he just likes this song or he thought there was some relevance to everything that's going on right now. I made a record with my old band, Degeneration, and we made it with Tony Visconti, who did T-Rex and Bowie, and a really cool guy. And we were at this studio that no longer exists, and they had spiders in the glass, and we went and mixed at this other studio where Tom Waits had worked. And I was writing this song because New York felt at that time like a Nazi fucking lockdown state, you know? And we had Mayor Giuliani. They were telling us we couldn't dance. They were telling you couldn't walk the streets after a certain hour. You couldn't jaywalk. You couldn't smoke a joint in the street. I went to jail twice during his regime. I went to jail for putting up a poster on a building, a flyer with Scotch tape. So my weapon of choice was 3M brand. And I also went to jail after I played the Garden with Kiss for Open Container, all in the Giuliani time. So it was wild that they didn't want us to dance. Now, the only good thing I can tell you is that you can drink outside in the streets now. The cops ain't bugging you because they don't have no bars. So you don't even need a brown paper bag to wrap your phallus. Anyway, this song is off Through the Darkness. First time done acoustic. And it's those chords, right? Yeah. And this one goes out to English Nick. He's somewhere in this city. I hope you're doing all right, and I hope we do this one okay. Any other Degeneration fans? We might get to a few others, but who knows? It's kind of interesting. This is Rise and Fall. 2, 3, 4. By the river there's a war museum. Fascination with those death machines. Disney City or Manhattan Island. A politician acts out Hitler's dreams. I'm not in the military. I'm not sleeping with anybody. Alright, we can't do this song. Copyrights, restrictions, I'm out of tune. We can't do it. There's people that don't want me to play this song. There's people that are saying, if you do that, you're gonna owe the label, you're gonna owe Sony, you're gonna lose your credibility as America, you're gonna lose the worldwide grip on yourself with the songs 2, 3, 4. By the river there's a war museum. Fascination with those death machines. Disney City or Manhattan Island. A politician acts out Hitler's dreams. I'm not in the military. I'm not sleeping with anybody. I'm not Charlie Darwin's monkey. I'm not a television junkie. The Groucho Marxists and the PC types, crying pennies in a trust fund life. The sober 90s sitting Starbucks dead. Fornication on the World Wide Web. I'm not the Dalai Lama savior. I'm not Hare Krishna baby. I'm not George Strummer honey. I'm not making all your money. I'm not to murder my world is a crime. To murder my world is a crime. To murder my world is a crime. I'm not chilling with Bobby Dylan. I'm not living in Coney Island. I'm not your little Nazi brother. I'm not a father or a mother. I'm not. Come on, Rob. Police. We haven't seen each other, so, we didn't rehearse. We just did a little sound check, as Mario at Tukasa would say. I haven't seen Rob since March 13th, Friday the 13th. We were in London. I know some of you cats were there, some of you cats and dogs, and, we were there doing the last show at the Omera with the band, and there was Rob, and nobody believed it. Everybody was like, come home, the world's going to end. Anyway, it's not going to end. We're going to keep going, like the Winston Churchill quote I always like to say, if you're going through hell, keep on going. Anyway, this one is the first song off the Sunset Kids record. Wrote it with Derek Cruz, Alejandro Escobedo in a bar in Long Beach, California. Recorded it with Joseph Arthur. Recorded it again, a different version with Lucinda Williams, Tom Overby. Executive producer, Jeff Sanoff, Mike Leorato. What are you going to say? I'll give you the bits. You want the bits? All right. There was a guy outside the other day. He was looking at me weird. I was trying to figure it out. I was on the phone at the mask. I was talking to the thing. I didn't know what to do. So you sound like Bob Strauss. No, you just do your own bits. There's movies out there. There's people like, stay at home, watch a movie, jerk off, go to bed. Meet me at the end of the world. 1, 2, 3. On 24th Street and I'm looking at her life, standing on the corner watching people passing by. I used to be somebody, man, I used to be someone. I'm feeling like a bullet, the chamber of a gun. I said, hey, tell me what you gonna all blows up and it all goes down and it makes you sick, but you're still around. And you ain't too pure, you ain't too proud when it all blows up and it all goes down. Orpheus descending in the middle of the night. I'm standing by the speakers and I somehow feel alright. This girl's on Lower Broadway, the summer around the smoke. I feel I'm at the wrong end of someone else's joke. I said, hey, tell me what you want me to do. I feel like I got nowhere to go. That's right. Meet me at the end of the world again. When it all blows up and it all goes down and it sucks your soul, but you hang around. You ain't too poor, you ain't too proud. When it all blows up and it all goes down. It all goes down and it makes you sick, but you're still around. And you ain't too poor, you ain't too proud. And it all blows up and it all goes down. Rob Clore is in my house, 6 feet away. I'm Jesse Mallon. If you just got here, it's the fine art of self-distancing. It's my weekly live stream program going out around the world. Yeah, we've been doing it 6 weeks in a row. I think there's one more, then I'm going to change it up. But this Wednesday, I'll be doing an interview with my old buddy, one of my best friends in the world, Jimmy G from Murphy's Law. And it's that we are here on the YouTubes. You know, we're famous on the YouTubes. And it's, Wednesday, 5 o'clock on the East Coast. You should check it out. We just sit around and talk shit. Spoken turd. Anyway, this is a great book. I kind of call it the Please Kill Me, if you ever read that. I call this Please Film Me. It's about 70s cinema, the directors, the actors, the debauchery, the struggle, and the beautiful art and the great films they made. Easy Riders and Raging Bulls. Woo! You can get these things. I almost learned how to use the computer to order things to come to the house. Yeah. I'm gonna go back to a record I made. It came out in 2004. And I'm not Jimmy Buffett, though I have been to Key West, and I just recently did a boat tour for the Outlaw Country Cruise, which was great. So I don't have any real boat songs. Billy Joel has a boat song about a down Easter or somebody. But I think this is my only boat song. Yeah.
Boat song?
This is called Block Island. Oh, your love. Oh, your love is not enough. The ferry pulled away from the Block Island Bay. It'd been so many years, it an ocean full of tears. And oh, she's a beautiful baby. And oh, like a lot, time just slips away. You can feel it in the bottom of your soul. Learning how to live, you got so much to give. And Kathy came to town and wore her wedding gown. Oh, she's like Coney Island. At night, she lights up the sky. Well, I'm too scared to dance on those broken-hearted beaches of romance. Oh, your love is not enough. Fly away, my dove, you're in my blood. Baby, hold me 5 minutes more when you're walking out the door. Lonely Jesus on the wall was a drifter man, but in the end he came again. The ferry pulled to shore, CNN was keeping score, and the happy bride and groom left on their honeymoon. And I cried all the way from Rhode Island to the folks on 6th and Main. Your love is not enough. Fly away, my dove, you're in my blood. Maybe tonight we'll make it alright. Rob Cloris on the piano. That's a song from The Heat that I actually did with another pal of mine, Joe McGinty, on piano, who has a bar called Sid Gold's that he owned with Adam Schlesinger of Fountains of Wayne, who we lost to this awful madness and horrible fucking pandemic. But Joe is out there. If you look on his Instagram, he did a tribute with all the staff members of this cool bar in New York City, Sid Gold's. It's a piano bar, very fun and interactive in a live way where you can get up and sing and be Bill Murray or something. But Joe is a great musician and one of my favorite people in music, and he did this great thing with the whole staff of Sid Gold's where they did one of these, Zoom versions of Stacy's Mom, the Fountains of Wayne song for Adam, who was an investor and a partner in that bar. So I was thinking of Joe, thinking of that piano part. The next song I'm going to do, Rob wrote this piano part, but he didn't play on the record, but he is a guy who came in for the intro. I was thinking, I want something kind of like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, but this is a song that It was written for my mom. My mom passed away when I was really young, my late teens, and she was, a single parent that had a dream, as my father before he left said, you all had that dream to sing, and then he took off. But she was like that kind of woman that would sing in the car, to the radio and sing along, get really excited about certain songs that came on in our big crazy car, some big boat of a thing. And she also sang in the house and in the mirror, hairbrush kind of person. And so she mostly worked as a waitress or worked as a makeup artist, but her passion was that. She did a couple gigs. So I wrote this song for her, just a little thing that I had in my apartment when I was living on Grand Street. And I went out to LA to make Glitter in the Gutter with Rob Caggiano, the producer. And I was living in LA, and you guys know I'm a big walker, and if you walk in LA, like I tried to, they thought I was a male prostitute, And the record's called Glitter in the Gutter, not Buns Up on Santa Monica. But I'm out there, and I got to rent a car. I was on Adeline Records. They were really kind to me, and I'm driving in the rent-a-car, and I'm listening to Bob Dylan theme time radio, and I'm going to North Hollywood and drinking coffee. And it's very weird. But I liked the time I was out there, and I still think about making records there, and I have a lot of friends. So I'm there, and I go to the studio, and there's Rob, and he's eating and drinking. And he's like, I got an idea. And I'm like, we've already done 1 million tracks, no ideas. And he said, why don't you take that song you wrote for your mom, and why don't you make it into, I don't know, like a duet. I said, what do you mean a duet? This is like a personal song. And he said, why don't you ask Bruce to sing it with you? And I'm like, I didn't get it at first. And then I thought about it, and I said, all right, you know what? Bruce had offered to do something on the record. I'd seen him, and he said, if you need me to do something, I figured just play guitar. So Rob had this idea, and I sent Bruce the lyrics, and I sent him a little CD back then, compact disc, and figured, I said, hey, if you're interested, this is the song. Producer thinks this might be a nice duet. It's about my mom. And I didn't hear anything. We're making the record, and one day I'm in the rent-a-car, and I get this call. I'm like pulling out of the parking garage, and there's Bruce, and it's like, what the hell? This is really happening. And next thing you know, me and Rob got on a plane. We left LA, came to the East Coast, and we went to Bruce's studio, and we're hanging out there, waiting for him with Toby Scott, great engineer, producer, and Harry's with me, and suddenly a Harley Davidson comes down this gravel road, and there's Bruce, and he comes in, it's noon, offers me a beer. I start hanging out, talking about stuff, and next thing you know, this little song I wrote that I recorded, the basic track for, Bruce Springsteen's singing on, and it's about my mom, and it's just a wild thing how those things happen. My mother's name was Enid, and this song is called Broken Radio. I was thinking about another time, still in my mind. Well, I used to know a little girl high on this world. Your baby loves you more than you know. Raised on rivalry in rock and roll, moving to the Motor City soul, she lets go on the radio. Well, we never had a lot of cash, but we love those kids. Some say that she missed the boat, but she just burned the bridge. Your baby loves you more than you know. Raised on robbery and rock and roll, moving to the Motor City soul, she takes hold on the radio. Stomach ache Sundays in books we never read. Well, I was hoping someday G. She was born in June. She danced with strangers and celebrities, empty stars and no full moon. I was thinking about the universe for what it's worth. Oh, the one about the phoenix bird that died and returned. The angels love you more than you know. Raised on robbery and rock and roll. Moving to the motor city soul. Moving to the motor city soul. Sometimes I see her face when there's no place to go. On the radio, on the radio, on the radio, on the radio, broken radio. Well, the woman that played piano on the recording of that is Christine Smith, who has been in and out of my band a lot of times, and she just made a great record. She's down in Austin, and she produced it, and it's really cool. Great, torchy, kind of dark, old-style American, I don't know, songbook meets punk rock. Great voice, great piano player. Woo! You can order this stuff. You can see it. All right. Well, on that note, we're going to do another song off Sunset Kids. This song was written after a trip I took to Dublin, Ireland to sing it. This guy, that's the name of the song's birthday, his 60th. I think I did with Clem Burke and Glenn Matlock and stuff. But a lot of the lyrics, you know, when you write a song, sometimes you're writing about somebody, but I always write about myself, even when I think I'm not. Like Queen of the Underworld is probably about me. Hey, what are you saying? But have a drink. But sometimes, you know, you've got to put yourself into it. Even if you're, for me, if I'm writing about something horrible, I got to find the humanity in it, myself in it. So I used to live in this neighborhood for a long time, you know, but I used to live close to the Hells Angels on East 3rd Street. It was the safest block in New York. I've said it a few times. And I got friendly with a couple of the guys, but I heard stories, you know, they got this great clubhouse and, you know, Joe Walsh from the Eagles is in there playing pool and all these people are hanging out. As I was a kid, you know, we just walked by and it was this very intense but very cool, intriguing presence, you know, in the neighborhood. And they're gone now, 50 years. 2019, they're gone after 69. So it was just on the 50-year mark they left. Just there's so many things in New York. But, you know, you hear these things and you hear the stories. Joe Walsh is in there playing pool. And then you'd hear Shane MacGowan from the Pogues, who this song is about, is over at Milano's drinking till 7 in the morning. You better get over there. And one time I got invited to the Angels Clubhouse, and I couldn't go. I was going to Jimmy G's barbecue. I got invited again, and I was going to a 4th of July barbecue. And so my friend said, "What, are you scared?" I said, "No, I'm coming this year I'm coming. I'm not scared." So I drank a lot, and I got there about 5 in the morning, and it was an interesting night. I think I made it home at noon the next day, and I only lived across the street. We became closer friends. But there's a line in this song about drinking with the Angels, and it could mean a few different things. And sometimes I think about that night I spent in the clubhouse. Anyway, this is called Shane. Well, they pulled you out of your hospital bed to take you down to the shore. And people came from all around to hear those songs that they know. Feel like there's an angel hanging on your shoulder. Growing up in London, wanna die in Dublin. Everybody sends their love. From the western streets and the hustlers and whores to touching down in New York, in the Irish cops and the junk on the street, and everything you could want. Drinking with the angels till the early morning. All those dirty faces filling up your pages. Gonna keep on running. They said you never make it. Everybody sends their love. Well, I got myself on a flight across from Texas over the sea, and I felt so lost, didn't know what to say. Standing in the wings, feel like there's an angel hanging on your shoulder. I'm getting kinda nervous talking to a stranger. Gonna tell you sorry, playing death on glory. Everybody sends their love. Everybody sends their love. Don't deny it. Don't deny it. Don't deny it. This is NPR Radio. You're listening to Gary Knoll, Natural Living. Special guest today, Rob Flores, talking about coffee enemas, high colonics, and wheatgrass injections while snorting spirulina with the spin doctors in the Blues Travelers van on a Republican Sunday or Saturday, whatever day it is in the Karen Black reality. We are here. Yes, a couple of people, no anti-Semitism. We're here to do a show. I think I'm getting the wrong channel. Hey, it's Jesse. I'm back. Fine art of self-distancing. I'm here with my buddy Rob Flores. We're playing songs. We only got a couple more. Then there's a special appearance from Bob Strauss. He's got a special message. He called me on the, on the banana. It's actually looking pretty big. But I got a couple more things to recommend while you're home. I hope you guys are staying safe and staying at home. We're going to beat this fucking thing. And then we're all going to go out and get nuts, Got the electric panties, the cummerbund, the high-powered socks with the 9-volt if we go camping. We might have to drink in the streets. We might have to just take back the streets. But first, we're going to make sure we're all healthy and all good. I mean, we're on week 6, baby. And if you're watching this, you want to donate, there's a button. If you want to shut it off and go in the room and just punch things, it's all positive. Anyway, what do I got? Some records. Who's got records? We got stuff. I'm going to be changing sets soon. We're going to be moving to, I'll tell you about it. We're going to be taking this show live from Berlin. Bob Strauss, no, that's not his announcement. All right, so we did a dance party the other day, the Green Door, and one of the DJs, I think, I can't remember which one exactly, played this. This is the X-Ray Specs album, and what is it called? Germ-Free Adolescence. Great album with Oh Bondage Up Yours. Polystyrene, we lost her way too young, but this is the one record, and they're in these little tubes on the back, like just, and on the front. This is a killer record. Great saxophone, great rock and roll, punk rock out of England. I recommend it on the Jesse Malin program. Don't break it. It's eBay, Discogs. 10th anniversary of Love It to Life. Yeah, there it is. Boom. All right. Great record on side 1, Dummy. And this is another one. This was Aerosmith. I found, I'm home. I'm doing different things. There's a deep dig here in the Rich Russo crate of Jesse Malin rock. Now this record's a really dirty record, recorded at some like monastery upstate or in Westchester, produced by Jack Douglas. It's Aerosmith, all 5 members. They didn't send the drummer home for the roadie with the broken ankle and the taped sock. The cover is done by Hirschfield, and I used to draw a lot for the New York Times, like kind of an illustrator, and he always put his wife's name in some secret place. Nina. And her name is Nina, so he put a number like Nina, and he put the amount of Ninas. In this one, there's 3 Ninas, and if you can find that, and you can find Steven Tyler's drug dealer, tell him to go to a meeting. All right, anyway, we're moving on here in the production lab. You ready, Bob? You guys okay out there? Stay free, stay healthy. Hey! If I should fall from the green sky, when no doctor can relieve me, bury me the sand, where the angels will receive me. Let me go, boys, let me go, boys. Let me go down in more mud when the rivers all run dry. The land was always ours, was a proud land of our fathers, belongs us to them. Not to any of the others. Let me go, boys, let me go, boys. Let me go down in more mud when the rivers all run dry. Let's go. Yeah, Bob. The ghosts can haunt me, rock upon the waves, when the angels sleep upon me. Coming up breeze, boys, coming up breeze, boys. Let me go down in the mud where the rivers are and dry. Go again. If I should fall from the gray sky, where no doctor can relieve me, bury me the sand, where the angels will receive me. Let me go, boys, let me go, boys. Let me go down in the mud where the rivers are and dry. I should fall from the gray sky, where no doctor can relieve me, bury me the sand, where the angels will receive me. Let me go, boys, let me go, boys. Let me go down in the mud where the rivers are and dry. Go again, go again. All right, like I said, if you guys are out there in the UK, I'm sending my love and gratitude for my fan base. If you're in Europe, if you're in Italy, if you're in Spain, South Africa, Ireland, California, New Jersey, Brooklyn, Queens. Yeah, Hollis Brown, man. You got to check into that band. If you haven't heard Hollis Brown, they're my brothers from Queens. Check them out. They got some great music out there. And also, Don DeLego has a show. He's doing something tomorrow. He's got one of these web couch things from the Velvet Elk Studios. You know, these things happen. You know, it's getting wild. Anyway, we have a new record out. I do, me, myself, and Irene, and the band, and it's called Backstabbers, and it's on Wicked Cool Records, and it just came out about a week ago. There's a great video out, and we're going to be doing another video that's coming out for the song I'm about to play. It's the B-side, and it's a song. We did the video with a guy named Joe Queever, who's done the Archer video and Black Boombox and the Shane video, actually. A photographer friend of mine for years, and he did the cover of the single. So we shot this video in LA in between that Clash thing and my own shows and just trying to find a moment, and it was just a couple moments. And sometimes it just happens that way, that it fits the song. The song is a Tom Petty cover that kind of hit me after seeing what would be the last Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers show. I just went to LA to see them because Lucinda Williams was opening, and I figured, you know, what a great reason to go to California and see that, and the idea to maybe talk to her about making a record, which was a great thing that came out of that. But it was the last Heartbreakers show, and I'd seen them a lot, but this night they were just like magic, on fire. And you know, sometimes I give California a kick sometimes, but this was one of these beautiful nights, the Hollywood Bowl with the sun coming down, and the stars coming out, and they just played so good. It was like everything was aligned, and nobody knew, you know, of course, that would be the end for that band with Tom and him passing away. But they played this song, which is off the Wildflowers record, which I'm about to do, and I didn't really know it because it was like deep tracked in, like 12 or 13 track record. And so I never really got to notice it so much. And that night, they just kind of kicked into it, and then they broke down the third verse. And I don't know what I was going through in my head, but the lyrics of the third verse really spoke to me. It was like one of those things where it's like, I needed to hear that tonight. And I'm going to play it for you now. We recorded it, me, Derek, and Rob, and produced by Jeff Sanoff. And this is out on Wicked Cool. And you can get it online or Spotify or Apple, or you can go to a store, or you can come to my house. I can throw the single out the window. It's on red vinyl. Woo! This is called Crawling Back to You. Waiting by the side of the road for day to break so we could go down to Los Angeles with dirty hands and worn out knees. Oh, I keep crawling back to you. Crawling back to you. The ranger came with burning eyes. The chambermaid woke surprised. Thought she'd seen the last of him. She shook her head and let him in. Crawling back to you. Oh, I keep crawling back to you. Hey baby, there's something in your eyes trying to say to me that I'm gonna be alright if I believe in you. It's all I want to do. Well, it was me and my sidekick. He was drunk, I was sick. We got caught up in a ballroom fight till the neon shut out the light. I'm so tired of being tired. Sure as night will follow day. Most things that I worry about never happen anyway. Oh, I keep crawling back to you. Oh, I keep crawling back to you. Yeah, give it up for Rob Flores. All right, I got 3 more songs, and then we're out of here for Bob Strauss's announcement. So I'm going to do this next week, and I think we're going to focus on The Heat and Love It to Life and some other covers we haven't done. And there's a lot of songs that I get sent, and we don't get to fit them all in. There was even another D-Gen one that I might have to do. God, maybe we'll do a heart attack song. No, and then I'm thinking of bringing this show downstairs. I've been doing these guest interviews on Wednesdays, and I'm thinking of combining where as we get closer and they loosen things up, we can have a few more people in the room, band-wise, apart from each other playing. Maybe get some of the guys. I really fucking miss them, and gals, and horns, and Jews wear horns, and they have horns. Anyway, we're going to be doing that. I think the idea of making this kind of live from Berlin, a show where I play and then I sit at the bar and interview somebody, whether it's on the Zoom Planet virtual, loungewear thing. And whereas time gets out, we can be closer together, but we can't have big shows. We'll have people coming and guesting. So I'm thinking of doing that, doing some drinking at the bar, playing, maybe dialing the sound a little bit more. So there might be one more in my apartment. So welcome to my house. Mi casa, tu casa. Ah, ha, ha. All right, what do we got here? We said 3 more songs, so we got to make these good ones. Let's think what's happening here. I got a set list. We're taking donations. We're on the corner. I used to busk on 14th and 1st when I was a kid. I was 16 years old, and I used to be by the L train. And I would try to tell people, I'd play Dion, and then I'd play a Ramon song and try to tell them it was a 50s song. And I don't know. What do I want to play? I'm going to do this one by myself. Romeo was restless, he was ready to kill. He jumped out the window cause he couldn't sit still. Juliet was waiting with a safety net. She said, don't bury me cause I'm not dead yet. I wanna know about the mystery dance. Why don't you tell me about the mystery dance? Why don't you show me cause I tried and I'm still mystified. I can't do it anymore and I'm not satisfied. I remember when the lights went out, I was trying to make it look like I was never in doubt. She thought that I knew, and I thought that she knew. Both of us were willing, but we didn't know how to do it. I want to know about the mystery dance. Why don't you tell me about the mystery dance? Why don't you show me, cause I tried and I'm still mystified. I can't do it anymore and I'm not satisfied. Woo! I was down in the covers in the middle of the night. I was trying to discover my left foot from my right. You can see the pictures in the magazines. What's the use of looking when you don't know what it means? I wanna know about the mystery dance. Why don't you tell me about the mystery dance? Why don't you show me, cause I tried and I'm still mystified. I can't do it anymore and I'm not satisfied. I can't do it anymore and I'm not satisfied. I can't do it anymore and I'm not satisfied. I can't do it anymore. Russian roulette, 2, 3, 4. I'm on a helicopter ride through Vietnam. The Lester Square kid, I'm Superman. I'm putting on weight for the Oscar. Gonna get through in a way I can. Hey, hey, we're in the movie. I feel love and I feel groovy. Let's go out and get some alright. Give me some Russian roulette. Hey. Lust for glory and a tape machine. I'm living out Frank Coppola's dreams. Out of my mind, I'm feeling mean. Hey, 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 we're in the movie. I feel up and I feel groovy. Let's go out and get some alright. Give me some Russian roulette. I feel okay. A late night thriller, I'm Miss Lane. Out of my mind, can I come to play? Hey, 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 we're in the movie. I feel love and I feel groovy. Let's go out and get some more that. Give me some Russian roulette. Shit's falling, it's like a Cheap Trick song. I got my Kiss records out. All right, Joey was a man. Joey was a man from the other side. Came across the sea for the better life. When he got close, it made him change his name. Pushing on the car through the marketplace. Keep it in your heart when you're getting space. That was so many years ago. I've lived in many places. I've fallen out of graces. I've tried to feed the fire for so long. Oh, hey man, where you going? Uptown, the river's rolling, the sun comes. I'll be on my way. Come on, Rob, give us the New Orleans. Churches and I played in bars. A young kid with a sad guitar. To get close, I had to go far away. When I became a drifter, sending postcards to my sister, I could hear her smile, even when I'm far away. Oh, hey man, where you going? Uptown, the river's rolling, the sun comes. I'll be on my way. When I drank with kings and I danced with whores, mountain tops and distant shores, but you made me feel like someone I wish to be. Well, I tried to wear my father's clothes, planted seeds that didn't grow, with a handful of thorns and I thought that I was free. Well, I worked in a bank, drove a diesel van. Even Sonny Walks it had a plan. Do your time and get out of society. Oh, hey man, where you going? Uptown, the river's rolling. You know it's dark when atheists start to pray. Oh, you better cut out the last words. What are you doing? All right, this one goes out by request, and this is one that we haven't played in a few weeks. I don't know. It's one of those ones that I wrote about my family, really, and I thought about, you know, anyone that's lost somebody knows that, like, music and movies and just something you hear, another person, an inflection, that you kind of recognize that life that's passed in other people or in other things that keep them going. And I had a really crazy childhood where I wasn't so close with my dad, but after I lost him a couple years ago, and he's one of the Sunset Kids on the dedications on the record, you know, when something's gone, you realize that guy wasn't so bad. And me and my sister have been talking about, like, you know, what would he be saying through all these crazy times? You know, he's down in Florida, would call him up, and he'd have, you know, crazy things to say. Sometimes like, you know, Jesse, I think you should wear, he sounded like Bob Strauss, I think you should put on like a cowboy hat or something, and, you know, you have like a twang and you play that acoustic guitar. When you ever think of country music? You know, I think you should do country. It's big now. You know, the guy that sounds like a baseball player, McGraw or whatever, you know, you should do that. And then we win the Americana Awards, right? But, you know, he would also say, like, you know, I'm showing you a video of all the women in Florida. I'm on J-Date. And I said to people, like, you know, my dad, I'm not going to say this. I don't want to offend anybody. I'm not talking about spraying Binaca on a woman's vagina in the 70s for a sexual... No, I'm not talking about the license plates or the driving or the backwards thing. I'm not talking about the spray paint in the air and the man on the street, the actual markers, kids huffing glue out of a bag. I mean, what are you saying, Jesse? You trying to do a bit? These rambling bits only work for Bob Strauss. You're trying to do a serious song. This is an earnest thing. When you're trying to mix the old bits from Degeneration, the answering machine, when people left long messages, now people don't even leave fucking messages. Now people don't even answer their phone. People don't say hello. They don't say the full name. They don't even look at you. They're down the phone. I'm in the street. I almost got hit by a car. Got headphones on. Got a mask on. Got a glove on. I'm a proctologist. This is called Shining Down. It's fucking guitar, man. You're trying to be a proctologist, you better tune your guitar. You want some Mark Lewis to come over to the house and get his face on the camera when he's not supposed to be there. He's supposed to be alone, isolating, this thing, so people want to see the sympathy and the, you know, trying to get people to understand that everybody's trying to stay in the house, trying to self-promote. What are you trying to do? Is take a donation? What are you trying to do? Giving it to these bars and people collecting unemployment, trying to give people telephones and give people all kinds of masks. And you know what? It's going to be okay. You say it's going to be okay. You talk PMA, and then you guys see you got to pay. You're pissed off. You get the guitar's out of tune. You're trying to get everything done. Trying to keep the show under 2 hours. Or you're trying to say you keep talking. It's the babbling brook of Manhattan. Oh God, what are you going to do? Wash your hair? Wear a hat? What are you going to do? This is called Shining Down. Oh, this guitar does not like it. I was down the valley and I started to hit her and she started to holler, and it was down in the valley and she started to hit her and started to holler, and I was watching the Beastie Boys documentary in the Sonic Youth Lollapalooza. These guitars, we're going to try to do the set. We tried to do the set. What are they going to say? He was a kind man. He had a live stream. He had friends over during the pandemic. What are you going to say? He's revving up for a banana chat? What do you want to do? You guys, you know, you try to say it's positive, it's negative. What is this type of talk? They don't like it when the cable goes up to that direction. You sound like a mandolin on a fucking, you know, Ramblin' Jack diapers commercial. Oh man, we might not have to play this song. I don't know, it's not going to happen. I just can't hear it without the intonation of Jimmy Caveman and Carmine Street Guitars, and you know, we need people over there, Chelsea Handler, and you know, Guitar Center and 14th Street, and people walking around with you know, widgets and books, and their books on tape, on bikes on tape, and their penises on tape, and a drag queen taped it back. We never got a break. We live with our mistakes. Wow, I'm gonna throw a fit in the house. Getting crazy. You trying to get money for this noise you're doing? It's a Joe Strummer fake money. What are you talking about? Money? You got donations? All right, well, you know, we tried. You know, we need to get people set up here. You want to? It's a setup. Call Johnny Stiff. Get the equipment. Send it out. We're going out to the Stone Pony. We're setting everything up. Yes, Glockenspiel, you're wearing your galoshes. Danny Ray will be there. He brings his own car. You know, some of the people might get there early if you go to merch. Anyway, thanks for listening tonight. This is the last song. Bob Strauss is coming out in a second. There'll be a musical interlude. Thanks for the donations, the support. Thanks to Rob Clores coming over the house, keeping a distance like a heart attack record. This is going to be over at some point. And meanwhile, maybe we'll find something good out of it. Looking inward or something. And maybe I'll get a more high-powered guitar tuner. And this is a song of that optimism somewhere. This is a new one. It'll be on the next record, and it's called Greener Pastures. 3, 4. Waking up in Dallas, and the lights are low and dim. We all want somewhere to begin. I sent for my prescription, but it hasn't shown up yet. I'll know the feeling when it does. A greener pastures always wait for you. Tell the story one more time. What you ask for, starry-eyed and blue. You can make it if you try. I went to see a movie that everybody liked. Made me wish I was a better guy. I'm waiting on a vision, but it hasn't shown up yet. We all know You can make it if you try. I lost a friend this morning. Well, I just saw them last week. This fragile world, so bittersweet. I'm waiting on an answer, but it hasn't shown up yet. We all want a reason to believe. A greener pastures always wait for you. Tell the story one more time. What you ask for, starry-eyed and blue. You can make it tonight. La 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 I miss all you guys. I hope you stay safe and stay healthy and stay positive through all this. We'll be back next week. Thanks to Jillian for making this happen. Rob Cloris for coming over the tunnel and getting here. I'm going to go downstairs and let Bob Strauss in and see what that's all about. I don't know what he's got to say, but Rob, why don't you give us a little, while I go downstairs, give these folks a little entertainment. Thanks so much for all the support, too. Donations and tuning in. We'll see you all over the world. We'll see you next week. Give it up, give it up. Downstairs I gotta go. What is that? Rob, you know your place. Move the keyboard. Yeah, I'm on the phone. I know. I'm over here at the Jesse Malin live stream. Bob Strauss, road manager. I'm a road manager. I gotta show up. Yeah, I have a fucking announcement to make. These people. Oh, yeah, I'm not just on Instagram. I'm a real guy. What the fuck? Oh, yeah, you're happy to see me? Look at these. Look at these bananas. You all must be happy to see me. Woo! Oh, you've been in the house too long. Oh, your banana's getting so big. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. Anyway, it's Bob Strauss here, road manager to the stars. Yes, I've been working with Jesse Malin and many people for a lot of years. Woo, woo. There's a lot of show out there. Let me tell you, shows will be back. I got the report. Live Nation, they'll told me. UTA, Bob Strauss knows the whole bit. We'll be back. Clear Channel, the whole Republic, and concerts and little gigs. Oh, people will be doing the woo, woo, woo everywhere. People will be getting together. They'll be taking the gloves off. They'll be loosening up. There'll be vaccines. There'll be safety. Bob Strauss knows. But you know what? The government, I can't relate. They're all crooked. Crooked, like Jesse Malin's nose. Crooked. Bob Strauss. Let me tell you guys, I have an announcement. Oh, it's big. It's big. You better know. Oh, yeah, my fingers. I washed everything. I used lavender, baby. Lavender. Peach fuzz. Who are these guys? They got set list? Jesse Malin makes it look like a spontaneous show with a set list? I'll give you a set list. You broke the printer. What are you doing? Oh, my God. Bob Strauss in the house. Where'd he go? Malin, where are you, Malin? I'm using the Bellino voice. Anyway, Bob Strauss has an announcement. Just calm down. Just calm down. It's Bob Strauss, road manager. And you know what? They're all crooked, I told you. I'm trying to believe. I don't want to shoot that shit, the extra ultraviolet light in my tuchus. No, Bob Strauss doesn't want to inject Lysol. I don't want to sniff bleach. I don't want to sniff even glue, Dee Dee. I'm sorry. I'm Bob Strauss. I'm a human being. I've survived through the 80s. I survived D-Gen. I survived the Hammerlock and Turkey Neck and Albert, all those people. Oh, my God. My announcement? Not Bruno Sammartino. No. No. Not Colonel Carl Palmer, none of those people. We're not going to bring out Haystack Calhoun. We're not talking about the guy down the block. We're not talking about Ralph Cramden. We're not talking about Mr. Fabersham. We're not talking about... Okay, my announcement is here for you, Bob Strauss. You're going to listen. Got your ear to the thing? You got your ear to the thing? I got these things. See people listening to earbuds, people walking in the park, watching my fucking show. It's Bob Strauss's show now. Forget Jesse Malin's acoustic thing with the sentimentality and the jokes and the whole punk rock and New York. My announcement. I am running 2020. We're getting in there. Bob Strauss for president. That's right. I'm running Bob Strauss in the house for president. Bob Strauss. That's right. And you can get the t-shirts and we can get out there. We're going to change this thing because we're not putting lavender. We're not putting sprinklers in our ass. We're not doing any of this stuff with the ultraviolet light. We're not breaking things, throwing around the rhyming dictionary. We're not wrecking the house. We're not doing this. Bob Strauss. We're going to win. We're going to do it. Bob Strauss for president. Bob Strauss for president. Bob Strauss. 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 Bob Strauss.